When it comes to dating, men are hunters, but women, we're the shoppers. And that's why the rules are not the same. Men, they have quality over quantity when it comes to dating, but ladies, we have quantity over quality. And that's why it's imperative that you date multiple men.
When we talk about power, we talk about the ability to make things happen according to your will. So what if your will has bad intentions? For part 2 of our review of the best-selling book, The Power of the we're diving into the controversial back section Kara King got flack for.
I was getting so much hateful feedback for including this section. I think people were misunderstanding my reasons for including this section. This section is simply an FYI. It's not a required part of the book, so I decided to move it to the back of the book as a bonus section. However, using men for money is a power that the hold. Therefore, I would be doing my readers and the rich men that want to pamper them an injustice to leave out this very important information.
Now, why would Kara King get so much hate for a chapter that teaches women how to use men as sugar daddies and sponsors? We're gonna unpack it all in this video. Let's dive in.
Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
We've been tricked. We have been manipulated to act and think a certain way that benefits men. When women try to go against the grain, they are criticized. The only way you can escape this patriarchal is to reject it. Don't allow society to guilt you.
The reason I start with this quote is because it explains why Kara got hate from women, not men. Why? Because you have to give women plausible deniability. Of course, women use men as sponsors and sugar daddies. They've done that since the dawn of time. But they don't want to be labeled as gold diggers, freeloaders, or immoral women. So even though Kara's being honest, she's exposing the game, and women don't want the spotlight on how they play it.
I know. Using men is wrong. Whatever. That. We can argue about the morality of using people, but I'm not here to judge people and talk about what's right and wrong. I'm here to be honest and informative. Here is the honesty. Men use us, so f them. Use them back. Here's the informative part. Men are so easy to use and you can get all kinds of things from them. Woo-hoo! I love the power of the...
This book was meant to empower women, but that's why Kara shoved this chapter to the back, because her customers still have Disney princess syndrome. They don't want to use a man for money. They want to take his resources in the name of love. Women already know they can use men. They just want to feel good about it.
There are a lot of good points in this book. I'm almost through it, but the question I'm asking myself while reading this is, really have to manipulate a man till I die just so he loves me? Can I not just be me, be myself? Do I always have to change myself to be liked and loved by a man? Under such circumstances, what I say about myself is that I do not love this way. I don't love it when people ghost me, or when people are distanced, because this is actually what the book recommends. Keep your distance. Always keep your distance so that the man always is interested in you. This is not in my interest. I don't want to live that way, and I don't actually want to be with a human being that I always have to manipulate into loving me. Why are humans like this? Why do men want women who are not nice?
You see? This woman is a great example of how women are not purchasing these books to land the average Joe. She doesn't want to play the game. She wants the fairy tale. Same thing we saw with the Kevin Samuels callers. They were all chasing high-value men and didn't want to hear the truth about what those men actually want. And here's the kicker. This book was written in 2012. Kara was already warning them.
These men probably won't be good looking or the type of guys you would normally date. Paymasters, sponsors, and sugar daddies are men you would never date in a million years, but that's where you win. When you find a man in one of those categories, or he finds you, he has to like you.
Oops. Now we're talking about men women don't find attractive. These are older men, foreign men, or men who like them more than they like him.
I tell y'all, I be seeing my brothers out here getting themselves some of these Thai girls, honey. Well, they all out here getting the Thai girls. But you could tell it's lopsided. And what I mean by lopsided, you could tell those girls be too pretty for the men that they be with. Black or white. I be looking like, Girl, what you doing, huh? But I get it though, you know. But you do see beautiful couples here too. But I be looking like y'all came all the way out here to get yourself a Thai girl, which is fine because the Thai girls are beautiful. But it just be looking so weird because some of these girls be so beautiful and the guys be like monsters. like they be looking like straight Fat Albert and Freddy Krueger mixed together, and they be having this supermodel looking Thai girl. I'd be like, girl, ain't that much money in the world.
There it is. Western men go to Thailand and get beautiful girlfriends. Western women go to Thailand to take pictures, not husbands, because Western women already have access to the highest status men on earth. They're not traveling for love. That's why this chapter hits a nerve. It exposes the double standard.
Women love to say, men do it too, but women aren't out here sponsoring men.
Patriarchy benefits women. They only want equality when it's convenient. Rules for thee, not for me.
You can make up for his financial contributions in many ways that don't involve sex. Serve as a fake girlfriend, provide companionship. It's a mutually beneficial arrangement.
What Kara's describing here is standard protocol. Something women learn naturally from the constant attention they receive. But that's why this chapter made readers uncomfortable. Because being a sugar baby is not empowerment. It's objectification with lipstick on it. Eye candy. For recreational use only. And doing that with a man you're not even attracted to, that's not empowerment. That's sacrifice for survival. Now here's what Kara doesn't tell her readers. The downside. If you're going to inform women about using men, then you also have to inform them about what happens when the game ends.
But yeah, ladies, what no one tells you about online dating is that you are actually going to like this man. And if you are not strong enough, if you are not in line with the purpose, you're going to end up without irritation. That's what happened to me last year. That I started dating like several men and everything was okay, but then I liked one and I just dropped the other ones. And that's not good for your energy and that's not advisable. It doesn't work. So just bear in mind that, because everything is so fun when you say, oh, we're teaching on dating, like you go on dates with a bunch of these guys, it's so fun. But what no one tells you is that you're going to like them. And as I said in another video, most likely you're going to have chemistry with all of them. So it's like, oh, you could be my boyfriend, you could be my boyfriend, you could be my boyfriend, but we are not looking for boyfriends.
See that? That's not empowerment, that's confusion disguised as confidence. And if you really want to help women, you have to tell them the truth. This behavior isn't sustainable because while you're playing the roster game, your biological clock is ticking. Millennial women are finding out the hard way. You can't do in your 30s what you got away with in your 20s. And these books, they never mention the expiration date. They'll tell you how to get the bag, but not what to do when the bag stops getting you attention. So while Kara justifies this as power, it's not built on strength. It's built on dependence. Purely selfish, purely transactional. And that road, it ends the same way. Lonely, bitter, and wondering why the wall hit so hard. So what's the lesson for men?
Food for thought music.
Brothers, it is what it is. There will always be women looking for sponsors and exit plans, no matter where you are in the world, because women are women first. Female nature is universal.
That's why Kara's protocol works everywhere. She tells women to start small. Ask for something tiny. A meal at work, a ride, a favor. Once she feels comfortable, the bill goes up. Rent, car note, emergency. Let's be clear. You don't owe modern women anything. Nothing happens when you refuse to roll the dice. We live in an era where women expect the most and offer the least. If she's not cool with a coffee date or an ice cream walk, dismissed. Let her prove she's worth your time. Good luck with that.
Like, nobody wants to go on dinner dates anymore. I love dinner dates. I'm so sorry. Is there a beef with dinner dates that I'm just like not aware of? Like, is this like a new thing where nobody wants to go to dinner anymore? Like nobody wants to do dinner dates? Like every time somebody asks me on a date, they're like, but I don't really want to do dinner. I'm like, why don't we want to do dinner? Like, do we not have to eat dinner? Like, I just be so confused.
Punani is overrated. I get it. If you're inexperienced, that sounds crazy. But think logically. Kara King says, women use men for money like men use women for sex. Okay? But here's the difference. When a man uses a woman for sex, the woman still gets something, validation, pleasure, and often a relationship attempt. When a woman uses a man for money, the man loses time, resources, respect, and gets nothing in return but a lesson. One gets paid, the other gets played. That's the real power of the...
Management, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.